Hey, hello fellow crafters, what's going on? ClickWills here, and we are back in our nether hub. I said this to you guys before, we're going to do a little bit of workout here in the nether hub. It is not just a room surrounded by a bunch of tunnels, it is a home in the nether. This is a place where you come and put all of your gear into some chests and feel safe again, maybe rest your weary head, but maybe not on a bed because that would explode you. So let's go ahead and have a quick look and see what we've done here. I've cleared out some area here, I've worked away at some of this netherrack here, and I've basically put down a foundation of blackstone bricks, and I think it's gonna look pretty sick. We're gonna make ourselves a nether castle, my friends. It's gonna be pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to this project a whole lot. I think we can build a nice big castle here. We can have some nice tunnels and stuff going off in different directions. As you can see over here, I've already started work on our Piglin Trading Hall. This is the first thing you need to do when you make a nether hub, is make a Piglin Trading Hall, because you can't do this in the overworld. The piglins will turn into zombified piglins if you bring them back to the overworld. So we have to do this here. We have to do this in-house. So basically what I've done is I run around, collected a whole bunch of piglins using gold, and put them in these little 1x2 holes here, 2 deep, 1 wide, and underneath of them, as you can see here, is a hopper with a piece of carpet on top of it. Now, I've done this for a whole bunch of piglins. I've also named them. This one is called This Little Piggy, and basically they're gonna be giving us a whole bunch of loot that is quite a pain to get in the overworld, but extremely OP, very easy to get here in the nether. Things like leather and all that sorts of stuff is going to be extremely easy. String, if we ever need it, all that kind of fun stuff we're going to be able to get from them, as well as things like ender pearls, which, you know, maybe not won't be super important once we get our enderman farm going. But I have left one little section over here without a piglin in it. And I thought, what the heck, let me show you guys exactly how this is done, so you guys can do this yourselves. I'm going to walk around with some gold, and I'm going to find a piglin, bring him back here, and I will show you how to do this. I almost forgot. Before we get the piglin in here, we want to set it up. And in order to do that, we need a hopper and a chest. So if we went ahead and put the piglin in that hole before we put the hopper and everything in there, then we would have to push him up with a piston or something to get him out of the way, and then place the hopper and everything. So let's go ahead and put I have just enough down on me with me right now. So let me go ahead and put that last chest right there. Then we're gonna hop into that hole. Excuse me, sir. I'm going to place a hopper into that chest by holding down shift, jumping, and when my crosshair is touching that side of that chest, I'm going to press right click, just like that. And then I think, yes, I should have one piece of carpet. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to hold shift, jump, and then right click while I'm jumping. Okay, now we have everything we need in this little cell for this guy. I'm going to break this block to get out. We'll put another block right there. Excellent. And we'll put a little staircase for him. So now this place is ready for our piglin. There was a piglin right over here a moment ago, but I think that he has left due to all of the zombified piglins scaring him off. So let me see if here he is. Let me see if I can get him back to the trading hall and get this process started. Can I get your attention, sir? Okay, so the one thing you need to know about luring these guys with gold, they won't really follow you when the gold's in your hand. It has to be on the ground. But the one great thing about that is if you throw gold and stand over top of it, even if you guys both... Oh, excuse me, guy. Hello? Even if you guys both arrive at that gold at the same time, for some reason, you're always the one to pick it up first. I don't know if it's because you're the one who dropped it. I don't know why that works, but... oh, he probably doesn't like this piglin, this zombified piglin. Let me see if I can take him over the edge. I'm gonna do you a favor, sir. Ah, he got one. He got one. You're lucky. Okay, so let's continue to bring him over. We're gonna drop the gold. We're gonna pick it up right away. Drop the gold and pick it up right away. It's right here. It's right here, buddy. All right. All right. Where'd he go? He ran. This zombified piglin's really making things difficult. Okay. All right. All right. Come back. Come back. Come back. All right. Up the hill. Up the hill. Up the hill. Gold right here. Gold right here. Gold right here. Gold right here. Get in. Get in. Get in. Get in. Go. Go. Yes! It worked. He's in. Usually doesn't take very long, but you know what? Now, at least we can grab the gold out of that hopper. That's one of the great things about setting this place up first, is now you have a hopper to catch all the gold you're throwing in there. So, he is now in place. We're going to put a little bit of a block there to keep him from jumping out. He can't jump out. It's more than 2 blocks, or it's 2 blocks high now, so he can't get out anyway, but this will block him, or block anybody else from jumping in there with him. It'd be funny if one of these guys jumped in there and kind of cuddled in right next to him in that 1x1 and made him eternally uncomfortable, but we're not going to allow that, so let's go ahead and cover that up. Now what we're going to want to do is go ahead and get a whole bunch of dispensers, or droppers, pardon me, and we're going to put the droppers facing down on top of these guys, so those droppers are going to drop that gold right into their lap, and it's going to give them some gold to play with. So we'll go ahead and grab some droppers, and we will move on to the next step of this build. No droppers. And sticks the landing. I kind of feel like these guys are on display now with this glass window. Ah, he escaped. You know, if you look around, there's always going to be another gas feed to take all your aggressions out. And there's one. And he just hit me with the fireball, so now I'm angry. And snipe. Okay, so I went ahead and got a whole bunch of redstone stuff that I'm going to need for this redstone clock that we're going to make. This is called an Etho hopper clock. Etho hopper clock. So, you know, what the heck, I'll leave you a link to Etho below. You should know who he is. He's the godfather of Minecraft. Etho has been around forever, and he's responsible for a lot of the really cool redstone builds that we have, including this clock right here. So, this redstone block is going to be powering my redstone dust that I have putting on set on top of my droppers there. What we're going to do is use these pistons to move that block back and forth in and out of position of that dust. So, every time that gets pushed over, it's going to turn that dust off. When it gets pushed back into position, it's going to turn that dust on. And then basically, that comparator is going to be reading an output signal from that hopper. That comparator is going to be lighting up that block beside it, and that block is going to light up that dust, which is next to that piston, which is going to ignite that piston. So, basically, I'm going to put some blocks inside of these hoppers, and they're going to go back and forth into each other. And once all of the blocks are expelled out of one hopper and put into another, that's going to change the signal, and we're going to move that redstone block right there is going to move over. There we go, it just happened, and that turned off all of the dust, meaning that the droppers are now turned off. Once all of those blocks get moved into the other hopper, and it changes position, that's going to move back into position right next to that dust. It's going to ignite everything, and turn all of those droppers on once, and then it's going to keep repeating that over and over and over. I had to put a repeater right in the middle of this to make sure that the signal extended all the way across all of these. Remember, it only lasts about 15 blocks, so make sure to always check that and make sure that your signal is making it all the way to the end. And I'm going to go ahead and put a couple blocks inside of this dropper just so we can see it work here, but it's currently off at the moment. As soon as this thing cycles back around and turns on, we should see a block drop. There we go, but just one drop, and then that's going to push itself right back down into the hole there, because that guy doesn't want anything to do with that netherrack. So that's how we're going to do it. I do need to customize this a little bit. I have built these before, so what I think I'm going to do is go and pop into one of my old worlds and check and see how many items I had in those hoppers to check the timing and make sure I have the timing correct, and then we'll come back here and we'll get it all figured out. Okay, before anything else, we want to go ahead and put an on-off switch here. So what I've done is I put a redstone line into that hopper. So if we flick on this lever here, that's going to lock that hopper, meaning that they can't go in and out like they normally do. And that's just going to freeze it in place, and the droppers won't be turning on and turning off, which is kind of nice. Okay, let's go ahead and put some more blackstone here and build this up. Yeah, let's put that there, but then I think I might remove this corner. Yeah, let's add some texture to this. Okay, that's much better. Yeah, you know what, let's move this whole wall one back, I think. It's going to make it look nicer. Okay, I went ahead and checked, and the number that I have is 11. 11 blocks is what I was using, but we're going to put one more on top of that, because I did notice in the chests of my other world that there was some gold blocks or some gold ingots laying in those chests, meaning that every now and then, once in a blue moon, it would be just too fast, and they wouldn't have dropped that gold and started their new trade yet, so that means that one gold block would have been wasted. So I decided to pull that back and make it one block slower, so now it should be perfect, and we shouldn't be wasting any gold, and we should be getting tons and tons of items from these guys as we go here. All right, let's give this thing a little test ski here. Let's go up and throw maybe a couple of ingots into the dropper, and then we'll wait for the cycle to go around and wait for him to get his first ingot. There we go. Our machine is functioning. He's looking at the shiny piece of metal. He's considering his options, and he is going to give us. That looked like string to me. And yeah, that was good. That wasn't too long of a delay. It was a little bit too short before, I think. I think that maybe he every now and then they wouldn't be finished with their trade, and the gold would drop, so it would just fall into the chest. But we have gotten so far some string and a little bit of nether brick. Not too shabby. Okay, First thing we're going to do in our basalt castle is we're going to go ahead and level everything out. We want everything to be on the same Y level so we can have a real floor here. And you know what? We may even go down one more block to put the actual floor in. I'm thinking basalt. Basalt might be kind of a cool thing to do, so we may do that. Maybe we can even do some tiling out of it, just like we did in our house with the logs, which is pretty cool. Okay, so that's it. I was trying to avoid all these piglins there because one stray swing of that axe, and they're all going to be coming after me. So you got to be a little bit careful. But here we go. We're going to try and replace some of the netherrack in these walls as well. Ooh, careful there. I'm singed my boots on the lava, but that's okay. Speaking of lava, I think I'd like to extend that lava fall a little bit. Maybe we can widen that out and kind of make it a feature in the build. There is a little zombified piglin baby running around here, and he has got netherrack in his hand. And I don't know if you guys know, but there was a glitch going on where basically if they had something in their hand and then you killed them, they would drop 2 of those items, basically making it a dupe glitch. So I was kind of curious. I went ahead and took a swing at that little kid there, and did not drop 2. So I think they went ahead and patched that glitch. We're gonna go ahead and work our way to this little basalt delta across the lava pond there. This is the first time we've seen a basalt delta. It is not a very pretty place to be. It's pretty hostile. That is basalt right there we're looking at. That's that gray stone, and of course there's going to be black stone and a lot of lava and magma cube blocks and that kind of stuff here. So it's always great to come here to farm certain items like magma blocks or blackstone, but other than that, there's no real reason to go to a basalt delta. They're pretty hostile, and they're not a whole lot of fun to navigate, especially if you're speedrunning or something like that. So okay, we've got tons of blackstone now, so we can go back over and do a little bit more work on our walls here. I think I'd like to raise that up a little bit, just so maybe it can protect us a little bit more from gas fire, and also from letting other mobs kind of climb in there and start making our place a little bit more dangerous to be. One thing we're definitely going to do is try and spawn proof this whole area. We're probably going to use light for that, because I want to use basalt, and carpets probably won't work, that kind of stuff. But you know what? A lot of these mobs spawn in pretty high light levels, so we might maybe have to kind of take a look at that and see what mobs do arise after we're done mob proofing, and then try to find another way, maybe a more creative way to get those guys from stop spawning. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do that work on that lava fall like I said. In case anyone wants to do something like this and isn't quite sure how it works, it's pretty simple. I'm just going to be, as you can see here, I'm just going to be placing a block behind the lava in areas where I want it to spread across. So that lava is going to drape over top of the block that I placed, just like so, and then it's going to spread itself over just like that. I'm going to place another block, and that's going to spread. I'm going to place another block, and that's going to spread, and then basically we're going to do that across this entire area, make sure that from inside of our base, all we can see is this nice big lava sheet, which is going to be pretty cool. This is a little precarious. I don't know why I didn't take a fire resistance potion here. I have them back at home. Okay, so we're gonna try and work away on the left side a little bit here. It's gonna be a pretty interesting feature in the build. I think it's going to add some life, which I always love. That was a nice one there. You can see all that lava just pouring down. Sometimes it can be a little bit tricky. See, there's one spot in the middle that I missed, and I wasn't quite able to get this. Sometimes you have to dig away some blocks and kind of work away at it to make it kind of fall down naturally. But you know, if you really have trouble, you could always go and get a bucket and fill that with lava and kind of do it that way. But this is fun too. Okay, and that does it for the lava waterfall, or the lava fall. I guess there's no water involved, otherwise that would just be a big lava cast of cobblestone. So that's it. I think it looks pretty cool. We're gonna add a little bit of lava here and there to kind of round it out. But as you can see from the inside, this is a pretty cool feature. And you know what? Once we get this place mob proofed and cleaned up a little bit, it's gonna really start to shine. Speaking of mob proof, look at these things starting to come out of nowhere. That's another problem with basalt deltas. You get a lot of magma cubes, and big magma cubes are the worst. You know what, guys? I think that is gonna do it for today. Yes, we got a good episode here. We got started on our nether hub. We got a foundation in, and you know what? It's looking a little bit bare right now, guys. But I think once we get, you know, some big gothic windows installed, some big arching windows, and maybe we'll try and install a gargoyle or two, and we'll see what we can do to make this place look a little more gothic. And you know what? Speaking of, let's end up here at our nice lava fall, our orange juice buffet, whatever you want to call this. This is beautiful. Look at all this color and light that it adds to the build. It also has movement in, which adds adds life to the build, which is great. So I really like this. It's going to be a nice permanent feature. Maybe we'll add some glass to it or something to protect ourselves a little bit. But that's it for this episode. If you guys want to come by next episode, you can look forward to us possibly busting through the nether ceiling. That's right. If you're not sure how to do that, if you've never gone under the nether roof, come by. Next episode, we'll show you how to do that. And of course, stop by Twitch, give me a follow there, say hi in chat. I always love that, guys. I will see you very soon. Thanks for that subscription, mashing that button, hitting that like button. Thank you so much, guys. Stay safe, stay well. I love you tons. Peace. Okay, bye-bye.